Pipeline Road, Chubor Road, Rehab Community Corridor, Small St. Michael Town Hall Court to Patient Shop, Dry Rice Market to Johnsonville, Doe Community, Claratown Road, where there was no road since independence, Bartonsville to Keba to Dixville Road, VOA ELWA Community Access Road, Manatemba Road, ELWA Aratu Community Access Road, Cooper Farm Jangaba Road, Sinkal Village Telecom Road, Soul Clinic Road, Banjok Community Road, Nickletown Road, Swagger Island Community Road, Logantown Broad Street, St. Kizito Red Light Road, Fairground Road, Grand Bassa County, Banga Broad Street, Bon County, Bopolu City Street, Bapolu County, Greenville, Sino County, Barclayville, Grand Crew County, Foka Mission Road. Additionally, with the development partners' assistance solicited by President George Weah, construction is also ongoing on major corridors throughout Liberia. Notwithstanding the support from partners, the Weah-led government is partly contributing resources to all of these road projects. The Coca-Cola factory to ELWA Junction Road is being paved with assistance from the World Bank. The CDC administration resuscitated a 2007 agreement with ArcelorMittal and also contributed $13 million to the Ganta to Yekepa Road project, which is nearing completion. Under his signature Coastal Highway project, the president has secured $30 million from the ECOWAS Bank for Investment and Development to pave from Barclayville to Southtown, that is in Grand Crew County, and from Southtown to Cloney in Sino County. The CDC-led government renegotiated the terms of the Banga to Salaye Road, which is now ongoing. President George Weah's government negotiated with the OPEC Fund for International Development and signed a $25 million concessional facility to extend the construction of the Banga to Konya Road as far as Bonjaman in Lofa County. His government also negotiated and signed agreements with the Kuwaiti Fund and the Arab Bank for Development in Africa, BADIE, to pave the road from Bonjaman to Munikoma Highway to complete the paved road network in Lofa County. The Weah-led government has sought funding from African Development Bank and broken grounds for the pavement of Sekimpa to Logato Road. Procurement for civil works has been completed and contract signed. President Weah has embarked on another ambitious project to upgrade and expand the 44 kilometers RIA road into a modern expressway. The first tranche of money is secured and resettlement payments are now made to residents in the right-of-way of the route to make demolition feasible. The German government has committed $16 million and the World Bank has also committed $29 million to construct the Ganta to Tapeta to Zegru Road project. The government of Liberia and the government of the People's Republic of China signed a $25.9 million grant agreement to construct two overpass interchange bridges of the ministerial complex and the SKD Boulevard Junction in Congo Town. The COVID-19 pandemic has halted further discussions. All of these happened before President Weah reached half-mark of his first term.
So since 1955, the first concrete structures are being placed here in this village. This is the Popot village along the Banga-Ganta highway. Whatever way it is, it's been a difficult time for these residents here in Nimba County. And so
Joseph Boakai will not be re-elected because of these people. The man's a terrible speaker. The man put on those people for no reason. So let me tell you what happened, and I will rest. They have to call the journalists in, Emmanuel. So what happened this morning? After the prayer, they called the journalists in. When the journalists then came in, they had the number was in there, and they got more audio, video. The person that recorded was a young lady. You know that Richard Kun demanded her to download it and delete it from her phone. You know that? She deleted the rest of the video from her phone and the audio. So when they called them in, Melvin Cole was blasting at Richard Kun. You call Melvin Cole, I will call him. Melvin Cole said that's why you can't have quorum. The budget can your fast speed. The concession agreement can your take money. Melvin Cole was blasting at them. No way to do anything because the journalists that were already in action, some of them were recording. So Richard Kun tried to cool Melvin Cole down, say let's go behind the house. Melvin Cole said no, I can't go behind the house. That's how he got frustrated. So all those of you that were fighting for Richard Kun, you guys are disgraced because I never supported him. If I mean you guys are disgraced, that today I'm insulting you guys. But the fact remains, I see what you're doing to you today. See what you're doing to you. On a good atmosphere, good judgment, who can make Richard Kun speaker? Richard Kun, who can ever a president?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We hope that you are getting us. Today we have a special session. Today we have a special session with STEN Chairman Mobake Modu. So we want you to keep sharing the live. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please just share the live. Today we have two quick topics to discuss. On Liberia Action TV, I quickly would like to recognize our guests and those who following up. Evelyn, how are you? Vavi Connect, Robert Griffiths, Mohara Sayom, Beletewe. How are you all? Just keep sharing the live because we'll soon start our program. Today won't be very long. We have the chairman of STEN, Mobake Modu, will be our special guest, and he will just speak briefly. And Wednesday, December 17th, will be a massive protest across the country, mainly based in Monrovia to a greater extent. STEN will be presenting a petition to the President of the Republic of Liberia, President Boakai. You all know STEN is a civil society group headed by Mobake Modu. So we ask that you just share our live and keep sharing as we recognize common citizens. How are you? I thank you very much for joining us. We know that many of you are not aware today that we'll be going live, but just keep sharing the live so that you share it. When we reach to the first 100 or more people will start this all important program. But we are excited to be here as usual. You know, we appreciate each and every one of you. You are so gracious. And thank you for the time, which is very important to be here with us today. We really do appreciate you for being here with us at this critical juncture. So keep sharing the light, you know, and we are here, we'll be having as our guest, Mobake Moru. Yes, the line. Okay, thank you very much. You know, today is just impromptu, so I beg you, bear with us. A lot of persons have not been aware that we have in this live today. So we have two quick things on mind. One has to do with the stand protest, and then we'll talk about bucket roll issue, which is very much trending, and we have to speak about it. We will speak about it. We cannot sugarcoat this conversation because it has to do with a Liberian artist, not just a Liberian artist, but somebody who tried to make life for himself after coming back to Liberia. So yes, we'll talk about the bucket roll issue. So I beg, just keep sharing the live. All right. And we'll really do appreciate if you keep sharing this live, which is very important for us at this critical juncture. So again, we want to say thank you for tuning in. Let's recognize some more guys. Adama, how are you? Nina Koi, how are you? Franklin Sako, how are you, Mr. Sako? Francis Bishop, Red Jr., Momo Rogers, Common Citizen Against here. I just keep sharing our life. We are going to go full blast very soon. Soon and very soon, we are going to go full blast. We want to appreciate each and every one of you who have joined us. And this is very much important. Like I said, we'll speak to Mobile K Model first. And then after speaking to Mobile K Model, the chairman, Tracy, how are you? The chairman of STAN, after we speak to him, we will also be speaking on the issue of bucket roll. It's very important. We're not going to remain silent on the issue of bucket roll. I'm getting information. I'm getting information that bucket roll was played among the armed robbers at the South Beach on Center Street. That's the information I'm getting. I'm getting that information direct that bucket roll was taken among the armed robbers. That is the conversation I'm getting. So we trying to see whether we hope that the government is listening to this because it's very important. You cannot put him among the armed robbers. No, you cannot. Samuel Zaha, how are you? Or Dabe, how are you? Yeah. So we are very much concerned. Please share the live and make your comment. Please be polite. But I will not pamper what is unfolding at this critical juncture. So just in 4 minutes from now, Propo Mohammed, how are you? Wonderful Madi. Jonah Dagbe, how are you? 4 minutes from now, we'll start our live. 4 minutes from now, we're going to start. So let's keep the ball rolling as usual. What we do, we try to have our people informed.
Joseph Warren, Morelota, Joya sent 2G5, just a small thing to identify. One day he made Joya talking. Then he said, he won't send the money back. Okay, yeah, we'll send Joya money back. I raised a 2G5. Get a 2G5, the Joe Baga to send a Joya, Joe Baga eat a 2G5. The Papa can eat money there. Hey, I don't know what the inflation unit party when I have water. They were displayed. I raised 60,000. I sent the 60,000 by Papa to pay the rent. No, everybody, the Papa eat 40, get a minute 20. Drink COVID time. And I probably didn't know all the records. COVID time. I said, Papa, let COVID be here a bar. You gotta go identify our people, you know. I sent 10 grand. Papa, go buy oxygen 10. You know, oxygen was a beating, do you know that, right? Oxygen 10, chloride, gloves, get away to the hospital. The Papa eat the 10G. And you know what I know is a talk? The whole traditional nonsense. You know, uncle now, you know? You can't go question your uncle. Or you fast. The Papa corrupt. Anybody that you can get money to for something they give them or something that wasn't there. That's corruption. Now, the man has squandered up. The man squandered the bar. So he acts as though he is so straight. And you know, sometimes they say, can't spend time and can't label me like two different things. Yeah. I never knew the man that well. Sam was supporting him in the States going to school, right? The man was, yeah. But the 2 times the man went to me to the States, I started getting scared. When the man claimed me the hostel her, somebody gotta go, gotta be right on him to make sure, the steps steep. So he get slip and fall. Then you start thinking, say, talking. That thing I'm doing here, so that good thing. Now let me say he must be president for whole country. Human being. So you can be doing something, but you'll be thinking, what are the right thing you're doing, right? I won't go shop. Then when he coming down, they gotta announce that they coming smile, gotta go up for him too. And the person gotta be in front of him. Because the man can even walk correct. They campaign down here, they're giving him all kind of things to make him strong. When you see him looking like that, they're giving him all kind of things. The puppet is not able. They just want to use him to take the country. Let the man go rest. So on November 14th, we'll vote for George Manneh Weah. We'll give him 6 more years. Let him continue the good thing he's been doing. Let him change some things that he's been doing. He said he won't change the cabinet. And one thing he said he will be fresh blood. A lot of new faces will come on board. That's what he said. And I believe him. Because if a man open your mind and tell you, say, my man, I feel that the area here will not do good, will not do good. If he said tell you that wrong, who are you to say that's not true? And he told me something. He said, look, one of the mistakes we made was to make you our enemy. So we will not do it. We will work together. We will listen to you and you will help us. So I rather my former enemy or opponent that respect me and values my contribution than a fake friend or fake uncle or ungrateful uncle who will be using me and be showing me white teeth, black eye. You understand? The person who you and him fought before, when you become friend, that friendship can be strong. Then the person who can be acting like they love you, but behind your back they hate you. George Manneh Weah for 2nd term. The 2 stand for 2 terms.
These things could happen behind the scenes. So I supported Joseph Boakai, knowing that by 2023 he'll be tired.
Okay.
Knowing that 2023 he'll be tired, he could have a good heart, everything good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding the end, you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, right now, I buy him pamper. Every day I gotta buy a pamper. There's a man who bought me pamper before. I'm buying him pamper now because the time has reached. So I thought the old man could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he himself said, he said, when you run for 1 term, he himself said it. I agree with him. 2023, no, I disagree. In my mind, he should rest.
In my mind, he should rest. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. We got 1 more minute to start this live. Just a minute and a minute and a half. Himself. Can you imagine the way Kun describe a woman? Can you imagine that? Talking about the man brain going down. Yeah, they lie to us. The government deceive us. They betray us. Yes. Why they should lie? Why they should lie? Why they should deceive us? Why they should betray us? That is very important. We are hoping to get our first person on the line, Mobake Molu. Okay, Francis Bishop Reed, Meshad Zia, you are all welcome to this all important live. Today we shall speak to Mobake Molu, the chairman of STAN. They will be having a national protest on Wednesday of this December, day after tomorrow. They will be having a protest action. So we'll be speaking to Mobake Molu. Hopefully we can get him on the line. So until we get Mobake Molu on the line, we have few concerns and we got to flag it. So when we get Mobake Molu on the line, we'll speak to the STAN people who want to protest across the country. We believe that it will be massive. It will be very, very massive. It will be Moba.
Yeah.
Let me inform our audience that we have Mobake Molu on the line, the distinguished chairman of STAN. We have in live. So Mobake Molu, your people are listening to you.
I'm on the radio.
Mobake Molu?
Yeah, I'm here.
You are live now. Your people are listening to you. So you can quickly introduce yourself. As everyone knows that you're the head of STAN, a civil society organization championing the cause for the Liberian people. So basically, our understanding is that December 17th, on Wednesday to be precise,
yes,
is the most publicized nationwide protest.
Yes.
Yeah. So your audience is listening to you, the world is listening to you. We gave you the benefit of the doubt to speak about that. And let me tell you also, we have committed ourselves that this our platform will be used today and tomorrow to promote your protest action. And
thank you.
On interested on Wednesday, our first OSA broadcast live will be from your protest. The first from Nigerian Action TV.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yes, Mobake Molu, your people listening to you.
So first of all, I'd like to extend profoundest gratitude to you, my brother and my friend, Akaros Moses Gray, with whom I have fought many battles in the last 20 years. And it is also a privilege to be on this growing platform that is becoming a popular medium through which the expressions of public opinion, political dissent, and the promotion of civil rights in our country as we push to hold Joseph Boakai and his cabal accountable for polluting the seat of power. Yes, there is going to be a peaceful protest on December 17th. As a matter of fact, December 17th will see the beginning of a peaceful, non-violent resistance movement. And that movement will start on the 17th, but will not stop on the 17th. It's going to continue as long as President Boakai and his group of corrupt cabal we continue to undermine the rule of law, democratic governance, and we continue the weaponization of the police force and the judiciary. As long as these things are happening, the resistance movement that will be launched on December 17th will not be abated, will not be stopped. We continue until Boakai can change course. Because our quest is to ensure that democratic governance is restored to the country, rule of law will prevail in the country, and the judiciary is disarmed of the agenda or the vendetta of the president to pursue individuals perceived as enemies or perceived as opponents. There has to be the basis of equitable justice across the country, regardless of who is involved. There has to be the protection of fundamental rights, regardless of who is involved. There has to be economic justice to our people. We cannot continue to envisage or to tolerate or accommodate the prevalence of hunger because of the deplorable condition of the economy. We cannot continue to see a process where political parties are being targeted by this government because they constitute a viable democratic or challenge to their holding power as we go towards elections 4 years from now. To the extent where that opposition to political groupings metamorphose in the direct attack and assault on political groupings that degenerated into the demolition of the headquarters of one of the single largest political parties in the country. That is unacceptable. We cannot continue to play lip service or to sit supinely while individuals are being pursued through a quasi-justice system that abuses one group and protects the other. So there are many reasons for which the December 17th Leave or Leave protest will be held on Wednesday, and is going to be held at the executive mansion, contrary to what the information minister was instructed by Bwanket to say, that the executive mansion is not a protest ground. Now, I'm sure Mr. Minister did not take time to consider the historical precedence of protest activities at the executive mansion. 1980, the Progressive People's Party staged a midnight march at the executive mansion under the military junta of Samuel Kanyado. That march was about protesting fundamental rights that were being abused by the Doe regime then. 1980 May, progressive student movements from different academic institutions converged at the executive mansion ground to protest and demand that the military return to the barracks because they were polluting democratic governance as military men that should be protecting our sovereignty and not polluting democracy. 2003, women movements from different spectrums of the society converged at the executive mansion to demand a restoration of democratic governance and a return to peace and stability. Of most recent, 2019, June 7, the Council of Patriots staged a protest that was held at the executive mansion. January 2020, Council of Patriots staged a protest at the executive mansion. In fact, they cooked at the executive mansion. And these protest actions were attended by Joseph Yimon Boakai in the opposition. I'm very sure the Minister of Information was also in attendance at these protest actions. So for the government to attempt to crack down on peaceful dissent, to attempt to silence dissent, and to attempt to stifle fundamental rights, the freedom to assemble, by insisting that the executive mansion cannot accommodate peaceful protesters is wishful thinking. We challenge that. We will defy that. We will be at the executive mansion on Wednesday, December 17th, to peacefully converge, to peacefully assemble for the collective good. We will not just be there. Our women are preparing themselves. We will dine at the mansion on Wednesday. We will cook at the mansion on Wednesday. Women groupings that are a part of this struggle are buying their own rights, are putting their pots together. They will cook there. I will have lunch. I will have dinner peacefully with the women on the 17th of December 2025. So I'm also sure a Bwanket does not do anything that will meet the demands of protesters. Of course, we will also have support at the mansion, and we are not leaving from there. We will remain peacefully assembled, peacefully converged, peacefully gathered until the grievances of protesters will be addressed by Mr. President.
So, Boba Moru, just a quick question. Boba Moru, for those of you who tune in and those of you who witnessing this live, we want to say thank you. We have the chairman of STAND, a rights advocacy group, civil society grouping called STAND, headed by Mobake Molu. Mr. Mobake Molu, some are saying, like the Liberian Council of Churches, they are saying this is the season time you should cut off the protest. What do you say about that?
That's exactly what the Pharisees and the Sadducees did during the days of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. They were concerned about festivities and about traditions, and not about the plight of the people. And the Lord Jesus was concerned about the needs of the people of that time in Israel. So oftentimes he will conduct healing on the Sabbath day to the anger of the religious leaders of the time, some were Pharisees and Sadducees, and he will rebuke them saying, you are concerned about festivities, about traditions, but you are not concerned about human life, about the standard of living, about the suffering, about those that are cut off from basic economic necessities. These are the people for which religion exists. These are the people whose agenda brought me on earth. So God is much more concerned about the suffering masses than about festivities. So their argument is we should cut off the protest because it is the Christmas season. How many Liberians are able to afford basic necessities, are able to afford money to buy Christmas clothes for their children? How many families are able to put decent food on their table on Christmas Day? How many families are able to lead a decent standard of living during that season, during that festivity? You will find out that there will be hundreds of thousands of families that are cut off from economic opportunities that may not even celebrate. And these are the ones that need justice. These are the ones whose problems require redress. So we are not obstructing Christmas celebration. We are simply raising the challenges families face every time. I mean, the families will face during the festivity, during the festive season that requires government intervention. What at Christmas time, what out of Christmas, we are confronted with basic realities that continue to subject our people to the lowest standard of living, and that must warrant the attention of our national leaders. The council cannot think about this thing because the council is a corrupt group of people that have sold out their dignity, that have sold out their prestige, that have sold out the pulpit for profit, sold out God for gold. They are compromised, they are corrupt, and they lack the moral rectitude to even advise at the most minimal whatever we should be doing as activists that are concerned about the standard of living for this country. So we don't intend to dignify them. The protest on December 17 is irreversible until Joseph Boakai begins a process of addressing or giving redress to the pronounced and the eloquent needs of the people that has reduced the standard of living, that has placed them at the begging end. If we say enough to begging, we say enough to silence, and whether the council of churches support or not, we are coming outside on December 17th, and the council has lost the moral integrity to even advise us on this issue. That's why we refuse to meet or to sit with them when invited by the Justice Ministry to discuss national security issues surrounding the protest. So the council should not be dignified like Kairos. They have lost the moral rectitude to even advise any group of people in this country or the pursuit of the agenda of our people. So December 17th, we will be outside. Whether the council election or not, they are not people to be listened to. They have abused and insulted the sacred office of the Council of Churches. And if I were a member of that council, I would be calling for their resignation at this time because they are a disgrace and an embarrassment to the body of Christ that care more about the people than those corrupt council of church or council members that are simply selling out their integrity for silver and for gold.
Mobile Model, you have come down very high on the Liberian Council of Churches. But let's go to the second concern. The Liberian government, through the Minister of Information, has been very clear that the executive mansion will not be a protest ground. Will you defy the order of the government?
The executive mansion, what they should be saying is the executive mansion is not a ground for corruption. The executive mansion is not a ground for presidents that fly private jets where people are struggling to make basic needs. The executive mansion is not for a president who is building $10 billion property in FOIA for the convenience of his family, while families are being made homeless by Boakai's bulldozers. The executive mansion is not a place of impunity that shields a police department that kills innocent Liberians with impunity. These are the debates that should be advanced. These are the issues to be discussed, not protesters. Mr. Minister should have known that in 1980, there was a protest at the executive mansion twice. In 2003, there was a protest at the executive mansion. In 2019, there was a protest at the executive mansion. In 2020, there was a protest at the executive mansion attended by today's President Joseph Boakai. So they've got no right, no legal argument to prevent us from assembling at that same premises that was occupied by the Say No to Drugs protesters. We will be there because it is precedented in history. We will be there because it is a constitutional right. We will be there because on July 17, our protest right around our same perimeters was peaceful to the extent that the Ministry of Justice wrote us commending us and saying, thank you, Stan. Thank you, protesters. The July 17 protest was peaceful and orderly. You've done well. Under that same spirit, under that same cordiality, under that same respect for the rule of law, we will be converging on December 17 at the Executive Mansion, very peacefully and not violent. We will have a lunch there. We will have dinner there. I will drink palm wine there at the mansion, and the executive mansion or the government have got no moral or constitutional authority to stop us from conversion there because we do not constitute any threat to national security. To want to stop us from assembling there now will require all the muscles, the four muscles of the joint security to prevent that, and we will wait to see what that outcome will be. We will never initiate violence. We will always be peaceful. Government has the free will to decide how to deal with peaceful protesters. If they want to crack down, they want to shed blood, they want to kill people, that is their decision to make. But we will always be peaceful because we are on the right side of history. And in the end, good will triumph over evil.
Mobake Moru, you have spoke so defiantly, so to speak. Will you defy the authority of the government if the police comes up? What will you do? You say you need a peaceful protest.
The police have got no legal, constitutional authority, rooted within the confines of the rule of law, within the confines of our constitutional proceedings. The police is not protected by any law to prevent us from assembly, because under Article 17, it is very clear that it is the right of every Liberian to peaceful assembly to consult for the common good. The police cannot be above the Constitution. The government cannot be above the Constitution. Joseph Boakai is too small to be above the Constitution. So whatever is not acceptable constitutionally will not be respected. So the actions or the premeditated action of the government will not be respected. If you want to call that defiance, call it defiance. We will be at the march because it is a constitutional right that nobody can stop. It is guaranteed that we as peaceful citizens may freely assemble and consult for the common good throughout the bailiwick of this country. And our actions, our gathering will not constitute a national security threat, so we are free to assemble and the government cannot stop that. We wait to see the outcome of any action that will be arbitrary, that will be brutal. We will not be brutal. We will be peaceful, but we remain fearless. We remain uncompromising because it is within the confines of our right to do what is required to assemble and consult for the common good. Joseph Yima Boakai is too small to be stronger than the Constitution of the country. If he defies the Constitution, we as free citizens will peacefully resist it and will peacefully defy any attempt to be a tyrant and a dictator, because we are guided and supported by the Constitution of the Republic, which is supreme to any leader in the country. We will not kowtow to any decision of tyrants and dictators to want to subvert constitutional rule. We will stand up. Others attempted yesterday and they failed. If Boakai attempts to do that, he will woefully fail.
Mobile Moru, you have spoken well, so to speak. You know, I believe in not just your agility or tenacity, but I believe that you have the capacity to mobilize the necessary number. Those who doubt it, they don't know you, and they just don't know you at all. So before we leave, there's a trending issue that I would just love you to comment on in less than 1 minute, that you can close up. Hello?
I lost you for a while. I got you back now.
Okay, yeah, there's a trending issue I would just love you to close on. That's the next topic that I will go on in your absence. Bokero has been arrested, and you have always cried out for justice, not selective justice, but impartial justice. And Mr. Bokero, a popular Liberian musician, has been arrested, processed through court, and now serving his night at the Memorial Central Prison. Do you see this as impartial justice, selective justice, or how can you term this?
All right, before I answer that question as a departure question, I'd like to appeal to the public out there. We have our challenges and we need people to donate to this process. We want rice. Our people will be cooking on the marching grounds on Wednesday. Whatever you can lay hands on, whether rice, whether money for teacher, whether money for water, I will give the number to Honorable Gray to announce it. You can send Widows Mike to help those out there in the rain, under the sun, campaigning and mobilizing the communities and making sure that our people turn out. So that's the plea I make to you, and I hope we can help to amplify it out to the larger audience.
Oh, definitely.
With that said, thank you. With that said, we've always cried out loudest that President Boakel and his group of looters are not interested in institutionalizing justice mechanism across the country. They are involved in punishing people when their convenience requires. Now, I don't have all the details of our brother's arrest, but I can tell you that many more people in this government that are senior government officials have done far more than what he has done, and they have not even been called in for questioning. George Kalando, there is a report out there in the public that a driver driving one of his tankers was caught with drugs from Grand Cape County to Monrovia. Only God knows how many times they may have been doing that, but they were caught red-handed. Mr. Kalanda was never called in for questioning nor arrested. As we speak, if you were to go to Congo Town, you will see that his company where poor people's homes were demolished, okay, under the guise of clearing the place for the construction of an overpass. But Kalando's building is still standing tall there because he is a friend of the president or is a hierarchical member of the Unity Party. So that speaks to the selective justice process. You were here in the Honorable Gray when Honorable Dempsey Brown from the Human Rights Commission said senior government officials are involved in drug trafficking, which was amplified by the DEA. The DEA said very clearly, officials from there, that there are senior government officials that are involved in drug trafficking and they are complicating the drug war. But not a single government official has been arrested for trafficking drugs. As Kalando evaded justice, so are they evading justice. You were here also the other time, a few weeks ago, when Brian McGill was alleged to have raped a 14-year-old, the chief of security of the Ministry of Youth and Sports. But Brian McGill still walks around scot-free. He has now been called in for investigation, but he was defended by Liberian National Police Chief Gregory Coleman. A few weeks ago, Marvin Mobile was shot dead at point blank range. 8 bullets were put in his body. He was dragged outside, handcuffed, and was kicked by police officers. I have the video to that effect. Gregory Coleman was did a midnight podcast after his demise and was defending police action. We are hearing that the Professional Standard Division has conducted an investigation that renders the police culpable in the murder of Marvin Mobile. But Gregory Coleman is concealing the report from the Professional Standard Division and has subjected the family to a runaround without making available the report that clearly adjudicate and convicts police officers in the brutal murder of Marvin Mobile. I also believe not just the police officer should be arrested or prosecuted, but even Coleman should resign because he went on the defense that night through a midnight podcast justifying the murder of Marvin Mobile.
Mobile Moru. We're speaking to Mobile Moru. As Chairman was saying, we just lost you, Moru.
That I'm ending our carols. All these things.
No, I said we just lost you. You went.
Yeah, so you getting me now, right?
Yeah, we're getting you now, Mobile.
So all the scenarios are depicted, clearly establish that our brother who is spending his first night in jail is a victim of selective justice. Is a victim of witch hunt. It is not about trying to advance a drug law, but it's about exploiting the drug law to target perceived enemies. And this is wrong. We condemn this, and the brother should be set free if there is no evidence that substantiates his arrest, or if others that have committed similar crimes cannot be arrested, then the war against drugs has been politicized. And if it is been politicized, then it is woeful to our country. It will not succeed. And that's dangerous to our youth. That's dangerous to our people. Bouaké must for once consider that drug abuse is dangerous to all of us and must be fought collectively through a transparent justice system and not through targeted witch hunt. So I think this is witch hunt, and we all as Liberians must condemn it and demand that those government officials that the DEA talk about, the Human Rights Commission talk about, should also be considered, should also be invited, should be prosecuted to send a signal that the drug war is irrespective of your status or your class. Once you are caught abusing drugs, you should be penalized. And not through a selective witch hunt as it is with our brother who is beyond bars because he's been targeted by a state that has perceived him as an enemy. And this is wrong.
Mobile Modu, I just received a call, while talking to you from the Moria Central Prison that the Liberian popular musician Bouaké Raw, who is serving his night at the Moria Central Prison in South Beach, is being placed among some armed robbers. This is very, very much concerning, extremely concerning. And as a right advocate, what would be your concluding statement on that? Then you can close off.
Whatever happens to Bouaké Raw, President Bouaké will bear direct responsibility. If Bouaké Raw is raped or sexually abused or is harassed, intimidated, or subjected to inhumane treatment, it means he's been persecuted by the government of Liberia, and President Joseph Yuma Bouaké will bear personal responsibility for any such thing that happened to Bouaké Raw. Because, as I said earlier, this is a demonstrable action of witch hunt, and you need to stop. You can't put that kind of person, that kind of man who is out there singing, making music as a professional musician. And as a matter of fact, Carlos, not everyone will like his music. There are people who may antagonize him because of his message. So when you put people like that in jail, they must be protected. Now, the circumstances leading to his jail, to his imprisonment, suggest that he is a victim of witch hunt. And so he has to be protected. If he's not protected, it means he's been persecuted by the Joseph Yuma Bouaké government, and we condemn it as an advocacy group, and we demand his immediate release to his family. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Boba. What will be your concluding statement? December 17, Wednesday, Monrovia is locked down through a mass protest action. Peaceful protest action.
We call on our people to turn out. Don't be afraid. I can assume that the police will come out. They are already creating a climate of fear. Don't be threatened. Don't be afraid. Don't subject. Don't kowtow to their skill tactics. Come outside early on December 17 to hold Joseph Bouaké accountable for abusing fundamental rights, for attacking political parties. And let me tell you, it's not about me. Those who are victims of police brutality, this is your fight. Those who are victims of a politicized judicial system targeting political parties that are not only being evicted, but properties have been damaged and demolished, this is your fight. This is a process that must take the collective effort of all of us, street vendors, market women, young boys, all right, victims of illegal dismissals of government, victims of the illegal demolition exercises across the country. This is your time to stand up and say, enough is enough. Those are directly victimized by corruption. You go to the hospital, there's no treatment, there are no beds for you. This is your fight. Those that are victims of police brutality. Your relatives were killed. Your relatives were involved in ritualistic killing. They are victims of that demise. This is your fight. This is the moment. December 17 provides the biggest opportunity to stop Joseph Boakai in his track, to say enough is enough. We will not accommodate political excesses, abuse of power. We will not allow the police to continue to be weaponized. We will not allow the judiciary to be weaponized, running after political opponents and creating a scheme that you are fighting to establish or in pursuit of rule of law. This is wrong. Those that are aggrieved by the United Party taking $23 million, investing taxpayers' money to build new headquarters, this is your time. If they can steal your money to build new headquarters across the country, they can steal elections. If we don't stand now, the next election will be in jeopardy and maybe too late. Do not allow them to consolidate power. It's time to stand and tell Boakai, enough is enough. Liberia is not your farm. Liberia is our country. You are not our boss. You are a servant of the people. If we govern wrongly, we have the right by the Constitution to stand up and say, enough is enough. And Wednesday is the opportunity, and I will be the first human being to be on the street. If nobody will be outside on December 17th, I, Moba K. Molu Jr. from Lofa County, I will be outside to tell Boakai, we will not allow you to destroy our country and drag it down to the grave with you. Enough is enough. Lead or leave. Thank you, Honorable Gray. God bless you. We look forward to seeing you on December 17th on the street. The streets will speak on the 17th of December. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. That's the voice of Mobake Molu. Lead or leave. Straight message to Mr. Joseph Boakai. Lead or leave. That was the voice of Mobake Molu, the chairman of STAN, Republic of Liberia. Thank you for tuning in. I will be moving to the second aspect. Tomorrow again by 6 o'clock, we'll be here. We'll be trying to solicit your views, the protest action on Wednesday. We'll be talking about the protest tomorrow by 6 o'clock, so you can join us. But today, the second portion of our concern, I am concerned and you are concerned. The war is concerned. Liberians are concerned. The arrest of popular Liberian musician Boakai Raw. Many of you would know Boakai Raw. Boakai Raw came to Liberia, resettled in Liberia, reintegrated into our system. I got into his business outside of music. You know, he involved into some business in Liberia, put his life together, living a quiet, decent life, interacting with everyone, a very lively man who has a historical ethnic background from Nimba County. You all know that Boakai has been very calm, very, very cool, very respectful to people. And all of a sudden, we hear that the government arrested Boakai Raw on charges of allegation of drugs. Serious, funny but serious. Let me repeat. Boakai Raw is serving his night behind bars at the Mororia Central Prison. I saw the rate of arrest, and I smiled because it's so funny. The rate of arrest is so funny. You know, on that rate of arrest, it's alleged that Boakai is a drug dealer. On the rate of arrest that the court issued, they alleging that Boakai is a drug dealer and two other persons obstructed justice when they went to arrest him. On the rate, I have a copy of the rate. And I'll put the rate up. This is the copy of the rate of arrest. Fortunately, I got a copy of the rate of arrest for Boakai Raw. It's so funny. The people are so funny. You know, they are extremely funny. Extremely, extremely funny. You say Boakai, can you imagine? Boakai. Boakai is arrested. The rate is clear. Portion of the rate You see, the charging under section 10.2 and 17.3 of the new penal law of Liberia. They didn't only stop there. Okay. They say LDA officer went to arrest the man. They had a search and seizure warrant according to the rate of arrest. The home of suspected Just Dida. Search and seizure warrant of the home of a suspected Just Dida. Bokero. One shall never end. When they went there, according to the rate, there was obstruction. Obstruction of justice. Can you imagine? A charge for criminal conspiracy and dishonorable conduct. Criminal conspiracy and dishonorable conduct. Wow. And Bokero, the accusing, they went to arrest the other group of people also. It's not only Bokero. They said the guys obstructed justice. For Bokero, they called the man suspected Just Dida. Suspected Just Dida. You know what brought me to this thing is that, look, I want everyone to know here, Akaros Moses Gray, I am on public record as the co-sponsor of the Just Law of the Republic of Liberia. Indeed, I am the co-sponsor for the Just Law of the Republic of Liberia. The law, the just law that they're talking about to fight justice in our country. I'm the co-sponsor of that law to make it a non-bailable offense. What is of interest for me is the issue of selective justice. That's my interest. That's my issue. Few things are happening in the country. Mobile model just stated it. A tanker belonging to businessman George Kalano was arrested for transporting drugs. I'm not saying Kalano transported drugs. The government took no action. They claimed that they were inviting Kalano. And assuming that they invited him, they did it honorably in a respectful fashion. That the government. Not only that, the deputy director at the LDEA, the Liberian Justice Enforcement Agency, accused government officials, this current government, of being involved into drugs, the sale of drugs. So it makes it difficult. The president, instead of investigating the subject matter, they dismiss him. A grave allegation against officials of government under this administration by another government official. At the LDA, one of the Fadiga brothers that was appointed at the LDA, he accused the then LDA, A.B. Kroma, my friend. He accused him. I'm not saying A.B. Kroma is involved in the drugs, don't get me wrong. Don't misinterpret me. He said that men can protect just law. He involved with people, the transporters, the importers. That matter was also swept under the carpet. The LDA can get strength to pick up Zogos. But those who are the importers of drugs, those who are the cheap distributor, those who are the rare transporters, they allow them to go scot-free. Bokero cannot be the guinea pig No. He should not be the laboratory of experiment. We'll come to what we believe that is behind the arrest of Bucky Raw and kept behind bars. We'll come to that. But not only that, I want you to see something. Look at this lily. Look at this lady. Quita Dodo. She was arrested by the LDA. Where is she? Because certain big hands. She been protected by the very government, enjoying the comfort of the government. They arrested her with drugs. They didn't parade her, pour in pickup bike and parade her and LDA going live. Did they do it? They did not do that. Why would you have preferential treatment for a particular group of people and don't have preferential treatment for another group of people? That's selective justice. That's where I come in, under the doctrine of selective justice. Where is this lady? What happened to her? Is she the importer, the transporter? That question for the government to answer. Not only that, but see this. This is a fellow who's shaking hands with the president of the Republic of Liberia. A personal friend to one of the sons of the president. Shaking Boyka's hand. He campaigned with the Unity Party vehemently. It's alleged that he helped to sponsor the Unity Party campaign. It's also alleged that the party headquarters sent some money towards it. He stands with the president of the Republic of Liberia. This man got arrested by the LDA. The LDA arrested him with over $200,000 worth of drugs, illegal substance. But because of his relationship with the first family, you see the man shaking hands with President Boyka. He was arrested under Boyka administration. A very top-notch friend to President Boyka, one of his sons. But because of this guy's attachment to the first family, our understanding is that he was clandestinely taking all of the country. He's not arrested, he's not paraded. The LDA is not carrying him live on their page. They never carry him because this man, now President Boyka's son, with him, saying shaking hands with the president. What happened to him? My debate is selective justice. What is good for Bucky Raw is good for the president's son friend. It's good for the president himself. Why the president did not turn over his son and that man to investigate them on the just issue? That the judge there, the guy was arrested, and in a picture with President Boyka shaking hands with him, and President Boyka has declared just a national health emergency. My argument is clear. I don't care. Bucky Raw is not a personal friend to me. I mean, in 1 year time, I can't remember when last I even spoke to Bucky Raw. My argument is selective justice. I want to say to all the artists in Liberia, today is Bucky Raw, tomorrow it can be any one of you. Today is Bucky Raw. Tomorrow it can be any one of you. This is selective justice. Kalano free. Quita Dolo free. This guy in the picture with President Boyka, who was caught by the LDEA for over $200K worth of jobs, he's free. They managed for him to leave the country. So the LDA only get strength when they're going after government opponents. Bogero is in jail. Bogero is Asobish. They arrested him, they took him to court, and they put him behind bars. The selective justice in the country too much. My people, you see. See how the A treated Bucky, his brother, and another friend. See how they place it in the pickup bag. In a demeaning manner, very demeaning manner. And the LDA is going live. This is dehumanizing. Maximum dehumanizing. This is not good. That selective justice. While the guy who brought over 200,000 worth of jobs that was arrested, who campaigned with President Boycott, why they allow him to go free? Why he escape the country? Nobody, I'm not a defender of Bogero. Bogero, I mean, friends, everybody know me. I'm not a defender of Bogero. My name is Akaros Gray. I'm a politician. My decision to speak on the subject matter is clearly selective justice, and I'm against selective justice. I'm totally against selective justice. You bundle the man in a pickup bag, but you cannot put Joseph Boycott children, a household that involved into jobs. That's where I come from. The ball picture that I put up, shaking Joseph Boycott hand, over $200,000 worth of jobs. Quita, the tanker of Kalando. This is selective justice. I don't care whether you're from the Unity Party, whether you're from the CDC, whatsoever you form, even if you are a musician. Don't be happy. Don't be happy because you could be next. Believe me today. Today is Bucky Raw. Tomorrow it could be you. This is dehumanizing a man who came back to the country to settle his life, who transformed his life, who should be example, who stood up to fight jobs. When you talk it, they say, oh, Akaros Gray, you politician. When you talk it, they lie. They say, oh, Akaros Gray, that man can smoke, man. That man this, man. No, I don't smoke. I've never smoked in my life. Everyone know that. Even your former Secretary General Mo Ali, who is my son, told you publicly that I've never smoked. I've never ever smoked in my life. But see how you treated Bucky Raw. See how you treated him. You go for him. You arrested him. You handcuff him and his brother, plus others. But you allow the guy who brought in $200,000 worth of jobs, or $200,000, who shook him with President Boycott, who campaigned with him. You allow him to go. A Bucky Raw who horse you went in. The quantity of substance you saw there is by far less. You say he's a suspected drug dealer. You don't want to stop there. You disgrace this man because of politics. We're not stupid in the country. And nobody's stupid here. Nobody's stupid. Bucky Raw is a supporter of the CDC. He campaigned yes for CDC in 2023. He didn't have a feeling. Then Stakunje. Musicians campaign across for the political parties. You asked Bucky Raw that you wanted him for your December 6th program to go raise money for your party headquarters. The man said, no, you vex. You suck the ball. This is witch hunt I speak because also I'm a member of the CDC. I'm an advocate of this country. Today is Bucky Raw, tomorrow it could be Takunji. Day after tomorrow it could be Dench. It could be Caro. It could be the rest of the musicians. This is targeting. This is maximum injustice. This is selective justice. That's where I come from. That's my position. This is injustice against Bucky Raw. This is selective justice. If you go after Bucky Raw for whatsoever illegal substance, at the minimum, that ain't even more than $10 US from what I heard, why you allow Quinta? Why you allow Kalano stuff to go free? Why the deputy LDA director accused government officials of being involved into the importation of drugs? You know, investigated that matter. You know, when to go look for the government officials. The deputy director of Fadiga, he accused A.B. Krumah of protecting just law. You did not investigate that matter. That's selective justice when you target political opponents because they disagree with you. That's my stand. That's where I come from. And I don't care what people say about Akaro's grade. I don't care. Bucky Raw, for you who don't know, the popular Liberian musician Bucky Raw is sleeping behind bars because of his political affiliation. Because he refused the December 6th program at Unity Party headquarters. Bucky Raw is targeted. That Joseph Boga look in my face and tell me saying he knows somebody children can take jobs and he can sell jobs. That Joseph Boga look in my face. You're the musician then. All of y'all know that Joseph Boga, one of his sons, can sell jobs, can take jobs. The guy who was arrested, shaking hands with Joseph Boga for over $200,000 worth of jobs. Why is he free? Where is he? Why are they allowing him to leave the country? Is this fair? Face the death of wisdom, the death of justice. Is this fair? Why target Bucky Raw? Why do you want to destroy that man for the fact that even when they went to arrest and he admitted, he said, oh, the other 1 year, they said he admitted, he said, oh, the other 1 year, and you know, I'm performing, but I don't sell jobs. Every one of y'all knows. See here, check my horse. They never took a huge quantity of jobs from your horse. Any serious government, they take us. Those who taking it, they are not the main people. Those who they import us are the main people. Those who taking it are the people that the government should build rehabilitation centers for. Bucky is a victim. Let me repeat. Bucky Raw and many Liberians, not musicians, but even these zogos on the street, they are victims of just abuse. The abusers are those who gave them the drugs, are those who imported, are those government officials under Bucky administration who import drugs, who sell drugs to these zogos. Bucky can be placed on the situation of being a victim. Where the rehabilitation centers, that only Zogo LDA era, that is Zogo then on the street in the ghettos, you can go arrest. Or when you see your political opponent, you go arrest the person. God forbid. That's what I told all my friends then. If you can smell your opinion, please don't come near me with it. Because these people could plan something one day. They are very wicked and evil-mannered. Very wicked group of people. Even in Bucky House, President Bucky House was smoking shisha and saying ban it. They hook are smoking in President Bucky House. They smoking there. In your house, they can still smoke hookah. Children can smoke hookah in your house. But he's saying ban it. This is sheer wickedness, selective justice. This is what you have done to Bawky. You have dehumanized him. You destroy his self-esteem. You have put him in the public to damage his reputation. Instead of protecting him, assuming that he can take job to go perform. The government should be concerned about rehabilitation. President Bawky took his son and sent him to Lebanon for rehabilitation. So he became president and sent his son to Lebanon. Before he got inducted, when he won the election, he took his son and sent him to Lebanon for rehabilitation. But you get the Liberian case passing around here. Why may you think Bawky could not be in that position also? Did you hang out Tantan? Your one talk? Did you hang out Tantan, your son? Did you hang out the other ones? Like a small opinion in your nose. Your oldest child, did you handcuff him for smoking opinion and selling drugs right near your house, President Bawky? President Bawky, right near your house, they sell drugs there. Right near your house. Everyone in the country know about that. Right near your house, President Bawky, they sell drugs there. You talk about doing justice, but you're supposed to do justice on your children first to know who can take drugs. President Bawky, right near your house, the opinion saying I can enter that house. You have never raided that place near your house because your other son owns that property. You are a very wicked man. Very wicked man. This is why when we talk, then people say, oh, you hate the government. I don't hate the government. But you are being very selective. You are being wicked, President Bawky. Your LDA is a set up against Bawky Raw. I'm not defending Bawky Raw. I'm saying that it's injustice, it's selective justice, and it's wrong for the country. I'm the sponsor, I'm one of the co-sponsors of the Just Law of Liberia. I cannot contradict the law. But if you can arrest Bawky Raw, why you could not arrest your children? Why you could not arrest those who sell drugs right near your house and smoke opium chew up? Then the LDA go search President Bawky house and they found cocaine there. Then they go search your house. You think we're stupid in this country? We live on the street of Monrovia. We interact with people. Everyone knows many persons who witness in their life, whether from the Unity Party, the CDC, or any political institution or non-political institution, are fully cognizant of the fact that President Bawky household, many of them have been involved into just business and smoking opium. And President Bawky knows about that, but he never set example on them. Look at this guy. They got standing with the whole president of the country. The whole president of the country. Saying, he stands with the president of the Republic of Liberia. Caught under this government for over $200,000 worth of jobs by the LDA. But I challenge the LDA, they cannot show this man. Where is the man? Because the man is a member of the first family. You cannot show him. What kind of injustice is this? What kind of selective justice is this? Today, you're a musician. If you people cannot stand up for your friend Bawky Raw, nobody will stand up for you people tomorrow. All the artists, those of you in the entertainment world, you got to stand up, because we are not saying that Bawky should not face justice. I want him to face justice. I want Bawky to face justice and exonerate himself. But what I'm saying, demand the arrest of the other people and let them handcuff them the same way they put Bawky Raw in the pickup bag, parading him with LDA life. But this man that stands near President Bawky, who gave his campaign money, who was arrested for over $200,000 worth of job, is walking free. They managed to take him to take him out of the country. That man there is not story. We are not making all stories. Look at the lady. Quita. That the lady here. I'm not making all stories. I don't hate anyone. But again, my argument is clear today. My argument will be clear tomorrow. For those of you, you must remember what goes around comes around. Talent trap is not for rat alone. You take Bucket Raw to demonizing, to disgracing. You send to South Beach. But President Bucket, did you send your children to South Beach for smoking opium and taking drugs? You think we're stupid? That man who shook your hand, who was called for what $200,000 for job, did you send him to South Beach? And he broke jail and ran away from the country? They thank God that were arrested with George. Did you arrest the owners? Y'all want to know the just law, the just dealers? They are in government, according to the deputy LDA director. He said they are government officials and they are in government and they work for government. Why Brecker did not ask them to show the people? But again, we want to say thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to rest on this, and we are concerned because we are getting report that Bucket Raw is being placed among armed robbers at Memorial Central Prison. I received 2 calls from the Central Prison. You know, we got what contact and what connects all over. That Bucket Raw is among armed robbers. He's not an armed robber. He should not be placed among armed robbers. That's the information. I'm giving this information also. The government of the Republic of Liberia can check that out. That is the Tokiando Oster, that where they get the armed robber according to the information I received. Please, Bucket Raw cannot be among armed robbers. Those of you who passing around and your government official that can smoke opium and take jobs there, you come on our post and just talk. You just come and talk. The red people can take jobs, you all know them, and the opium smokers, you people know them. Who take jobs? President Boyka, who did that opium send and jobs going all in your nose? Y'all want to talk yet? But thank you very much for tuning in to our viewers. Our listeners, we want to say thank you very much. The protest for STEM will be on Wednesday, day after tomorrow. Tomorrow will be here live again at this hour. We want to say our special prayers with Bucket Raw at the Memorial Central Prison. We hope that justice will be done to him. We speak against injustice in our society and selective justice. And we believe that those of you who want to stand with him should stand with him. Don't be ashamed of him. He's been demonized and been disgraced. We pray that he come out of it safely. And it will have nothing to do with his musical output. But remember, to you, the musician, today is Bucket Raw, tomorrow it can be you. Thank you very much. We appreciate each and every one of you. And have a wonderful, wonderful night till we meet again. Thank you very much. Thank you again. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. My heart out to you.